Good afternoon. It's been about 6 months since we talked about the bullying and the bullshit that goes down in this field. And I'm not looking to bring anybody down, but the fact is that this stuff continues to happen and it's really damn annoying. And if no one else is going to talk about it, well, I will continue to put stuff out. So I don't know what this is turning into. Maybe it's some sort of series about the realities of behavior analysis and all the BS that goes behind the scenes. I don't want this to be like a negative channel, but damn, nobody talks about this stuff at all. And it just goes on too regularly. So let's start with a quote. Scientists are by nature no more honest than other men, but as Bridgman has pointed out, the practice of science puts an exceptionally high premium on honesty. Can anybody guess who wrote that? All right, time's up. Skinner. Now, this isn't like pointing to an authority, but the point is this stuff's been talked about a long time ago, and we can actually bring it into a relational network of science and scientists. So if you haven't figured it out already, today's topic is honesty. I couldn't find an operational definition of honesty. I'm gonna give it my best shot here to try to conceptualize what's going on here. On one end over here, we're gonna have what actually happened with a natural science perspective, an objective approach to what happened. And over here, we're gonna have what the scientists tacked it. Okay, so we're assuming that we value the same thing, that we're coming from the same worldview. And the point is, you're gonna have some sort of degree to which you are corresponding to this. Nobody is perfect, but you could take measures and steps to try to understand the situation, what's going on, and how you're performing when it comes to being honest. Now, you can actually get into whether or not people should withhold information, if that's a good thing. I actually think that can be. It depends on what's going on, though. I'm here to say two things today. That is, one, that scientists are not immune to being dishonest, and related, it actually happens far more than you'd think, everywhere and online and in conferences and in person. So this is fueled by once every 2 months, 6 weeks or so, I get some sort of email, threatening letter in the mail, something like that. All of which have yet to be substantiated and followed through. And they essentially consist of some sort of threat that the way in which I'm doing things is inadequate to how the other people that wrote that letter or whatever it is, an email, etc., think that the way things should be really going. That is, from their subjective point of view. Now, these people are often very public in the field. There's a little bit of a two-faced, kind of double standard sort of thing going on, and they hold oftentimes quite powerful positions in this field as well. So I've been thinking about this, like, what do I have to say on the topic? And I think there's 3 distinct points. For those that live this sort of two-faced version of how they behave in one setting and context and how they behave in another, I think people can easily see through these PC terms, this PC sort of life that is held up in one area, and it's just a matter of time until that's figured out. I have absolutely no interest in exposing those sort of things. It is a complete waste of my time. The point is, so if we've learned anything about behavior analysis, it's that we're always like 10 or 15 years behind the time, and things like the internet are here to just generally expose these sort of issues that are going on. And I think that's gonna be much more rampant. And it's just kind of like, hey, can we just be honest to start? It's just a matter of time until you're caught with your tail between your legs, and nobody's perfect, but we could all try to just be a little bit more objective and clear in where we stand on positions and what honest. Number 2, honesty helps me actually soundly sleep at night. It's amazing what happens when you're honest and living this sort of valued life. I'm not immune to messing up like anybody else, but I think there's something to say towards valuing honesty over political correctness. Honesty should trump political correctness. There's a way to say these things in a tactful manner too, to where you don't necessarily offend somebody, but damn it, honesty over political correctness. Any day. I will never stand for softening something to the point that it's no longer in line with what I actually stand for and believe. Number 3, maybe it's time that we step back a little and try to think about why we're here in the first place, why we aren't working together more. See, there's more to that Skinner quote. Scientists are by nature no more honest than other men, but as Bridgman has pointed out, the practice of science puts an extremely high premium on honesty. It is characteristic of science that any lack of honesty quickly brings disaster. I'll just leave that with you. See you soon.
Till I think I'm the boss, I think I'm the savior.